Guys, thank you so much for coming. Good evening, welcome to Good Evening with Pat Whalen. I'm Pat Whalen. As you may have guessed. So, like I said, this is the Swanson Trio. These guys are backing me up tonight. Please give a round of applause for that. Swanson here, who I am not paying to be here because he's my friend. So, a little bit about, how about what's going on in the news? You know, I couldn't afford someone to hold cue cards, so I just got a cute little clipboard. Hopefully it's nice. I got it on Etsy. You like it? It's okay? Alright, so the Canadian middle class has now passed the US middle class to be the richest in the world. While the US is still the richest nation overall, the most of the income goes to the wealthiest, while in Canada it is spread more evenly. The poorest 20% in Canada are better off than the poorest Americans statistically. In other news, 0 American mayors have been busted for crack. Which is nice. A British judge ordered a father in a custody case to stop emailing his children in all capital letters because it sounded like shouting. The father said he was very sorry! A 28-year-old young woman was shopping at Saks Fifth Avenue in New York recently, and she reached in her bag to pull out a receipt for the purse she had just purchased, and instead she pulled out a handwritten note from a prisoner in a prison factory in China, who said that they work 13-hour days and where punishments include solitary confinement and even death. Said the young woman, I didn't even speak Chinese. She doesn't either. U.S. Senate, with President Obama's support, has voted to refuse a visa for an Iranian nominee for an ambassadorship to the UN. The man, Hamid Abutalebi, was peripherally involved in the 1979 hostage-taking of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran. Said Mr. Abutalebi, do you really want to go poking around at the things people did 30 years ago, Mr. President? June gang. Hashtag June gang. A bear! Yeah, that's okay. A bear with a large white jar stuck over his head, this is true, staggered down an Ontario street and stumbled into a police car this week. I swear to God. I swear to God. While the bear was freed, he has escaped, and officers say he was seen fleeing in nothing but a red shirt. So keep your eyes open. Really highbrow stuff we're doing here, okay? Double amputee, Olympic runner, and possibly murderer Oscar Pistorius is being accused of taking acting lessons to prepare for his trial in the killing of model Reva Steenkamp. The Johannesburg Sunday Times claims to have extremely reliable sources on this information, and that their suspicions were first raised when Pistorius exclaimed from the stand, I'm sorry, can we take that again? I've been there, though. 83-year-old Salt Lake City man says that he had been racked with guilt after dining and dashing on a $1 tab when he was 10 years old. That's nice. He arranged for his daughter to pay the bill with 70 years interest. That's also nice. And while the servers were distracted, he lifted every sugar packet into place. That's a long time. That's a long time to wait for something. And as if bigotry didn't get enough press this week, the mayor of Marionville, Missouri was forced to resign after expressing agreement with the anti-Semitic views of KKK leader Frazier Glenn Miller, who currently stands accused of 3 counts of murder. Kind of agree with him on some things, the mayor said to a TV interviewer. Corporations run by Jews are destroying us. I kind of wish he had a crack habit, to be honest with you. It'd make me feel a little better. Cubans are having trouble finding condoms this week after a labeling error in production caused 1 million rubber recall. This is true. The shortage has driven condom prices up to $1.30 each, which also happens to be the average daily wage in Cuba, which is true. It's true. This, of course, means that Cuban men can now enjoy the proud American tradition of spending every dime you have trying to get laid. Ladies and gentlemen, the Andrew Swanson Trio. insane, really. So I've called a very good friend of mine to come in. He's been published in Salon.com and USA Today. He's a political reporter, but he swears he's just guessing. Please welcome the educated guesser, Emmett Rensin. We have a list of questions. My good friend John Cohen, the doorman, let's give it up for John Cohen. He was supposed to ask everyone that walked in here to write down a question for my good friend Emmett. Emmett, how are you? Please let me stop talking.
I think I'm all right.
Okay, well, we'll see by the end of this how you really are. So this is a list of questions that was given to us by everyone here. Apparently, I mean, this is kind of a short list. I see about 50 people here, not that I'm complaining. But, so, you know, should I just give this to you? Do you want to decide? No, you know what? I'll read it to you, because I got this microphone. Okay, do you have any thoughts on the air pollution rating currently, Emmett?
Well, Pat, I should point out, just to reiterate the premise, I'm not an expert.
I
don't know anything about air or pollution.
We have this in common.
Yeah, I don't know what the current air pollution rating is. But that being said, I'm going to guess that we should be mildly conservative.
I think that's a really good guess.
That's a big piece, I think, right?
Yeah.
800 words, $200.
Oh,
big piece, I think.
800 words, $200.
Yeah, mildly conservative.
Is that the math always?
I think so.
Damn, man, is it industry standard?
I know. Yes.
Man, no, what is it?
My guess is I'm getting ripped off.
Okay. Join the club, my friend, join the club. Well, which came first, Emmett? The chicken or the egg? Do you have any educated guess on that? Because you know, the thing is, that chicken has to lay the egg, but also chickens are born of eggs. That much I know.
I'm guessing that's right. I like this one. Why won't Russia drop bombs on Kiev? And Kiev, just so we're all clear, is Emmett? It's a city. I believe it is a city.
Right.
I believe it's in Ukraine.
In Ukraine?
I think.
Okay, well...
Might not be.
I know. We are just...
Lithuania.
We're just guessing. Lithuania, all right, now calm down. I don't have a map up here, but, you know... So why wouldn't Russia drop bombs on Ukraine?
Well, do you mean nuclear bombs or just
it doesn't. You know what? It doesn't say here. So I'm afraid you're going to guess on that as well.
I mean nuclear bombs because that's more exciting.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing about nuclear bombs, I think. And again,
of course. No,
from what I understand, if you drop a nuclear bomb, that shit, mostly radioactive shit, will go everywhere.
I've read that.
Yes.
I think somewhere.
And Kiev, which I believe is in Ukraine, is
Poland.
Right. But they're both Russia.
Which is incidentally why Russia is having such an easy time invading, I think, Ukraine.
Whoa!
Let's not start saying.
I mean, we don't know that Russian soldiers are not wearing uniforms. They could just be guys with guns.
Yeah, you know? I mean, put them like guns.
Well, this
Yeah, you're right. If you have a gun, it's okay. Just keep it to yourself. It's my first one. I just wanted to go. Next question here. How much sauce? Probably more. Probably. How much change is in John Cohen's pockets? This is
This could be an interesting teaching moment because a big part of educated guessing is also called journalism.
Ooh.
Representatives, basically. John's here. John, how much change is in your pocket?
48 cents.
48 cents. Can I quote you on that?
Sure, I'll deny it later.
Okay. Well, there's
You just saw journalism happen on my show. Okay, and now this is just the last one here. So recently, a number of prominent social science researchers have confessed to fabricating data in order to promote their theories. Other landmark studies have been called into question as a result of resisted duplication. Given these troubling developments, what is the future of social sciences as a field of study? And can we really claim to know anything about human-to-human interactivity? In short, does the center hold?
You know, Pat, that's a complicated question.
It seems that way.
I'm gonna have to guess yes.
Emmett Rensin, everybody!